Pick your poison. I wear a burqa/niqab as a disguise on the regular, or I almost hooked up with a cross-dresser and it's making me feel terrible.
We're going with the cross-dresser, but part of me does really want the hijab/burqa. What was the other?
Burqa/niqab. Yeah.
Niqab. Sorry, I said hijab, not niqab. I really hope that's a guy just rocking around, completely covering themselves up, just doing makeup around the eyes, because if you ever see somebody in a full burqa that's, you look at their eyes, fucking immaculate. Every time. Because it's the only form of self-expression they can actually get. But yeah, I really hope it's just a guy that's just done his eyes on fucking point.
Opening up with, by the way, I'm not homophobic or transphobic, in all caps.
Sure, yeah, bud.
We'll be the judge of that. Don't care what people do with their bodies or what. That's their business, not mine. That being said, my family are very anti-gay, so that's probably contributing to this. Anyway, I'll keep it short. I'm a uni student. I went out Wednesday, student night in Australia.
No, student night in Newcastle, not student night everywhere.
So they could be super fucking close. And honestly, Newcastle is a pretty big queer hub. We're an arts hub, so it's very much a thing.
Could also be Melbourne.
I saw the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life, 10 toes down, better than any film or magazine. Almost inhuman. I stared at her and it was embarrassing because I couldn't form a single word. We just hit it off. Even though I was so starstruck, I've never felt that in my life. The connection was crazy. It was like we'd known each other for years or something and we were reuniting. She took me home and I got way too nervous to do anything with her, though she was offering. I'm not some virgin or anything. I've had sex plenty. She was just like, I don't know. I didn't want her to just be a drunken hookup. She was fine with that. We just spoke more. And then she was telling me she'd boy mode before she went home, so she'd be fine walking. I was like, what the fuck is boy moding? And she was like, what? Take off the drag, go back to being a guy. However she said it. So yeah, she's a he. Not trans, doesn't live as a woman, just dresses as one occasionally and to go out for fun. He said he thought I knew. I love how he's just immediately switched the pronoun.
Well, to be fair, dude went boy mode now. Fuck yeah, queen. Slay.
He said he thought I knew because it's apparently obvious, and apparently we've even actually met before while she was a guy, but I did not fucking know. I didn't remember. I embarrassed myself and started freaking out a tad. I don't know why. Was asking him/her not to tell anyone, etc. He was cool about it, laughed at me. That was kind of that. He left. I found his Instagram and shit, he is indeed a man. A very feminine looking and pretty man, but you would still look at him and think, man. I feel like I've done something wrong, but I liked him. I want to see him again. But I don't know if I'm just attracted to the cross-dressing stuff or him as a person. I'm very confused and I don't want to lead anyone on or anything. Am I fucking gay? I mean, you're not straight, sweetheart, but also does it matter? Do you need the label? I understand that you're unpacking some shit and it's you're already many, 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 many steps ahead of people who are only just starting on this journey simply by recognizing that you've got shit to unpack and that you're not automatically oh my God, that's just terrible. Hopefully with whatever happens with this guy, you make sure that he's aware of where you're at, because obviously it's just not fair to have, someone else's sense of safety and well-being. They can't be emotionally carrying you through that. It's just not fair.
But also, as going back to the original point of this, hot is hot. It just, whenever this kind of thing pops up, two things have popped to my mind from this. One's a bit of a story time, one's just a reference. It just makes me think of the Todd from Scrubs, who, for a long time, he's just the token man whore, which honestly sounds like this could be that guy, especially with I'm not a virgin. I definitely had lots of sex before. Sure, yeah, bud. The Todd is very much a situation of, people think he was gay. So he's like, yeah, that guy's hot. That girl's hot. Hot is hot. What are you? I'm the Todd. But this also brings me to the story time where a guy I used to know in uni, his name was Cookie, giant metalhead fella who also used to knock around with the queer community. And one year, him and his best mate go down to Mardi Gras in Sydney. And his best mate picked up this girl at one of the clubs at post Pride Parade. And he comes up to Cookie and he's like, hey, can you make yourself scarce? She wants me to go home with her. And he's like, sorry, back to our hotel room. And he's like, yeah, I'll find somewhere else to stay for the night. You do you, which legend cooking. Putting yourself out on the street for just...
When you've specifically bought a hotel room during fucking Mardi Gras. Like...
Yeah. Mind you, this was fucking decades and a half ago.
Sydney's always been expensive.
I know, but he rocks up the next day, like 8 o'clock in the morning, because he's like, yeah, this is a respectful time to be able to come in. If they're still doing something tough shit, it's 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. Comes in, showers running, sees his mate, and he's like, oh, mate, this was a fucking great night. We hooked up, but it was kind of weird because she'd only let me stick it in the butt. And that's immediately just popped in his head. And he's like, oh, okay. And he waits and, still fully done up because they've obviously done themselves up because Mardi Gras is a multi-day event. I don't know if it's the same everywhere else, but in Australia, it's a couple of weeks long all up. They've come back up, fully done up. And he's just looked them up and down. He's like, can I see it? They're just like, yeah, sure. Whips their towel off. And as Cookie liked to end the story, I wasn't disappointed that they had a dick. I was disappointed that it was bigger than mine. His friend also thought he was straight. You can still be straight in this situation. Hot is hot.
Yeah, again, like when it comes to your straight dudes, yeah, they all think they're straight until they hit prison. Honestly, most straight men are really just more golden retrievers. They're just in it for the holes. They don't fucking care where they are or what they're doing.
Yeah. There was a guy I met when I was living in Coffs. I used to live in a hostel in Coffs Harbour for a year and a bit. And one of the guys I met there, was straight before he started backpacking. When I talked to him about it, he's like, I just want to be able to get my dick sucked. And he's just opening his pool. Told me, as soon as I go back home where I know I'll be able to find someone to settle down with, I won't hook up with the guys again. But at the moment, if a guy's willing to suck me off, a guy's willing to suck me off. Nothing gay about getting your dick sucked.
I mean, there can be plenty gay about getting your dick sucked. It's just, it may not be relevant to your romantic relationships.
There's a difference between homosexual and homoromantic.
Key comments. Don't worry about what you are, OP. It's okay whether you're straight, bi, gay, curious, whatever, so long as you treat this person with respect and you're kind to each other.
Yeah, heteroflexibility is a good thing.
Yeah, OP, what matters is you vibed and connected. Doesn't really matter what label fits who. Just treat them like any other person who made you feel something real. I love how it's not just, you are fucking transphobic, you are fucking homophobic. Like, it is just people that were like, we see you, we understand. Like there isn't even anyone pulling up the cross-dressing really isn't the appropriate word here. No, we don't really use that anymore.
Well, how old is that post?
2025.
Fair enough then.
Yeah, less than a year old.
This guy, I feel like, doubled down a little bit. He's like, I got into this situation, and then rather than coming out of the closet, he's taken a couple of steps further into it, just to be like, I'm not gay or anything, but I did have a very romantic evening with another dude.
If you thought and were operating under the impression that he was a she, then you're straight. If you still like him now, then you might be bi, but you've caught the gay. Best get yourself to the ER. In seriousness, you're good. Stop stressing. Pretty man appeared as a pretty woman and your lizard brain simply saw a pretty woman and acted on it. Truth came out, nothing happened, and everyone was cool with it and moved on. It's not like you had his dick in your mouth before you found out. Even if you did, it's 2025. You're still all good. You could be gay, bi, or just mildly startled. Like, I think it's really just, I think this is a common reaction to pretty much anyone realizing that like, sexuality and labels around any of your queer stuff just really doesn't fucking matter, and that none of it is static. Everyone, as humans, adapt or die, man. If you're doing it right, you should be growing and changing all the time. And so what made sense to you yesterday, you may not feel the same way tomorrow. That doesn't mean the world has changed in any way or that you were getting something wrong. It just means your understanding has shifted slightly.
I would disagree slightly. I believe that for a person, labels are important, but a label should be like D&D alignment, because D&D alignment should never be, this is what I am constantly. It should always be flowing and changing. And it's just a good, like, this is my current benchmark. It is important for a lot of people to be able to say, hey, I'm gay, hey, I'm bi, hey, I'm gender fluid or agender or anything else on the multiple spectrums. The moment that person decides they want to change their label, that's when the old label doesn't matter anymore. For a person, that label can be, especially a person that's newly trying or newly coming out of the closet, that label can be the most important thing in the world to them.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm talking like in this day and age, that's why those labels are so critically important. But in the grand scheme of things, when we get to a place in society when we realize none of that shit actually matters, that is when the labels will essentially fall away, because there's going to be no need for the conversations around it, because the consideration of who's fucking who and what's in whose pants is just going to not be part of a conversation anymore, because it's not going to be relevant.
Yeah, weirdly enough, we need to go back in time, not forward in time. Go back to ancient Greece, where it's just like, yeah, I'm just going to hook up with whoever.
Everyone was fucking everyone. It didn't fucking matter. The non-binaries and our intersex peoples were considered closer to the gods because they had aspects of both sexes, and that made them deified.
Yeah, we want everyone to be a little bit of Diana and a little bit of Apollo.
I mean, that's Rome, not Greece.
To be fair, Apollo's both.
Yes, it is.
And I just couldn't think of Artemis at the moment.